We got a break yesterday from manic sentence fragments and verbal glitches, and we actually heard for about 45 solid minutes from former President Barack Obama at a rally for Joe Biden in Philadelphia. And it was refreshing only insofar as it was normal English. It was normal adult communication. Now, you might say rally. I hope that was safe. It was very safe. It was a drive-in rally. People sat in their cars. And truly, this is not Obama deification. This is just recognizing that we've been lacking even the most basic ability for our president to express himself and to think clearly for a very long time. And my audience who joined me live for this event, by the way, far larger audience for this Obama event than we've been seeing for the Trump events that we've been covering live. The audience seemed to realize that, you don't have to agree with everything Barack Obama did. You don't have to agree with Barack Obama on the way he negotiated Obamacare or drone policy or many other things. The recognition seemed to be yesterday that we as a country are in desperate need of some normality, some normalization of relationships with our allies, returning to sanity to some degree. And Barack Obama not only reminding us of that, but brutally going after Donald Trump during this rally. Trump was triggered by it. He started tweeting about Barack Obama almost immediately. Trump, on his way to his own rally at the time, tweeting a bizarre Breitbart conspiracy article about Barack Obama as Barack Obama was speaking. And we know that Donald Trump is very jealous of Barack Obama, envious that Barack Obama can speak coherently, and he should be, and I understand why. Let's look at a few clips. Barack Obama here making direct reference, in fact, to Trump's retweeting of conspiracy theories. As this speech was going on, Barack Obama Donald Trump retweeted a conspiracy article about Barack Obama. Here is Obama commenting on the conspiracies.
And with Joe and Kamala at the helm, you're not going to have to think about the crazy things they said every day. And that's worth a lot. You're not going to have to argue about them every day. It just won't be so exhausting. You might be able to have a Thanksgiving dinner without having an argument. You'll be able to go about your lives knowing that the president is not going to retweet conspiracy theories about secret cabals running the world or that Navy SEALs didn't actually kill bin Laden. Think about that. The president of the United States retweeted that. Imagine. What?
And then continuing on to point out the cartoonish absurdity of Donald Trump promising to protect pre-existing conditions while trying to get rid of Obamacare, which protects pre-existing conditions.
Republicans love to say right before an election that they'll protect your pre-existing conditions. Now, Joe and I actually protected your policies to make sure people with pre-existing conditions could get health insurance and have coverage. We did it through something called the Affordable Care Act, a.k.a. Obamacare. And Republicans tried to repeal or undermine it more than 60 times. And when they've been asked about it, they keep on promising, we're going to have a great replacement. They said, it's coming. It's been coming in 2 weeks for the last 10 years. Where is it? Where is this great plan to replace Obamacare? They've had 10 years to do it. There is no plan. They've never had one.
Well said there. Then Barack Obama weighing in on the undisclosed Chinese bank account of Donald Trump and pointing out exactly as I did, imagine if it had been Obama or Hillary with undisclosed Chinese bank accounts.
We know that he continues to do business with China because he's got a secret Chinese bank account. How is that possible? How is that possible? A secret Chinese bank account. Listen, can you imagine if I had had a secret Chinese bank account when I was running for re-election? You think You think Fox News might have been a little concerned about that? They would have called me Beijing Barry.
As I've pointed out before, it's actually worse than this. If Barack Obama had done any of the hundreds of scandalous things that Donald Trump has done, it would have been a multi-month story with demands for congressional investigations, which if Republicans controlled the House and Senate at the time, they would have gotten congressional investigations about a hypothetical Beijing Barry Chinese bank account. In this next clip, you can actually hear the exasperation in Barack Obama's voice, pointing out that Donald Trump is running Medicaid right now and trying to kick people off of it. And many other backwards things are going on.
And our water is right now run by an energy lobbyist that gives polluters free rein to dump unlimited poison into our air and water. The Labor Department, that's supposed to protect workers and their rights. Right now, it's run by a corporate lobbyist who's declared war on workers. Guts protections to keep essential folks safe during a pandemic. Makes it easier for big corporations to shortchange them on their wages. The Interior Department, that's supposed to protect our public lands and wild spaces, our wildlife and our wilderness. And right now, that's run by an oil lobbyist who's determined to sell them to the highest bidder. You've got the Education Department that's supposed to give every kid a chance, and that's run by a billionaire who guts rules designed to protect students from getting ripped off by for-profit colleges and stiff-arm students looking for loan relief in the middle of an economic collapse. I mean, the person who runs Medicaid right now is doing their best to kick people off of Medicaid.
Barack Obama very, very astutely pointing out here, much like Bernie Sanders has pointed out, much like Noam Chomsky has pointed out, we make incremental change for the better, and then we make another incremental change, and then another.
And the fact that we don't get 100% of what we want right away is not a good reason not to vote. It means we've got to vote and then get some change and then vote some more and then get some more change and then keep on voting until we get it right.
This is very well said. This is a point I've been making for a while now. I know that there are people who will hear that and they will say that's neoliberal status quo trash. And to them, I would say, as I've said before, give me the receipts. Show me the evidence that the accelerationist ideas actually achieve better results than what Barack Obama is talking about here. I care about reality, not about ideology, and I have not found such facts. So overall, very well done. I think this could actually pay dividends tonight during the second and final presidential debate. I expect Trump will be extra furious and likely to self-destruct as a result of Barack Obama now getting involved. It's not about Barack Obama being perfect. It's not about Barack Obama being the progressive dream. It's just a desire to return to more normal times when our elected officials understood and accepted science, when our elected officials maintained normal relationships with other countries and weren't a global laughingstock. Barack Obama will be rallying for Joe Biden on Saturday in Florida. Very important. And I do actually think that whatever your thought is about Barack Obama in analyzing the election from an objective standpoint, I think this very much helps Joe Biden. Remember that George W. Bush was not out there campaigning for John McCain, was not well liked enough to be able to do it. George W. Bush was certainly not out there campaigning for Donald Trump in 2016. And the fact that it is so obvious that this is an advantage to Joe Biden tells us a lot about the importance of Barack Obama being out there doing it. We'll have more of this and clips on our Instagram page, David Pakman Show on Instagram. If you are anything like me, you probably aren't thrilled with the idea of going into a doctor's office right now. And thankfully, there's a practical and affordable way to take control of your health and get personalized care from the comfort of your home. It's a service called SteadyMD. They're one of our sponsors. You take a quiz, you get matched with a licensed primary care physician who understands your health needs. You have a 1-hour video call with your new doctor. You establish a meaningful relationship with them. And after that, your doctor is available to you anytime by text, phone, or video chat. This is not a random doctor on call. Each doctor at SteadyMD has a limited number of patients, so they actually have time to listen to you. You get the personal attention that you deserve. They can do almost everything an in-person doctor can do: perform medical evaluations, talk to you about health concerns, send prescriptions to your home or local pharmacy, and anything they can't do online, they'll quickly set you up with an in-person provider to do, things like blood tests, as an example. You don't need insurance. It's only $99 a month with no other fees or copays. There are so many practical advantages to using SteadyMD for primary care, and it's also so much more affordable. Go to steadymd.com/Pakman to take the free quiz, see which doctor is right for you. I took their quiz. They matched me with a doctor who specializes in my particular health needs and situation. The doctor they gave me is a really perfect fit for me and my medical needs. There's no risk, no commitment to get started. Just click the link right underneath this video.